Hi, I'm Jules T and welcome back to my channel. My husband shared with me about this guy that he watched on YouTube through the TED Talk channel. His name is Yusuf Hashim and he is a retiree in his late 70s who is enjoying his passion after retirement. And his passion is basically photography and traveling around the world. When I say traveling, it's not the normal kind of travel when you go to the common tourist spots like Rome, Paris. He does things out of the ordinary, like going to the Antarctica, going to the Arctic, traveling on road trips across multiple continents, over 100 countries. He climbed the base of Mount Everest at the age of 68. He learned how to be a pilot of parasailing in his late 60s. I mean, he's doing stuff that 40-year-olds do. He completely shifted the way how I view retirement. I've always viewed working life as a must, as something that will continue till I drop dead. Reason being because I always felt that money is never enough and I'm always waiting for the next paycheck so it can service my investment loans. And I keep worrying, is my job secure enough for me to support my children to university? I have a lot of worry in my mind. When he shared about how we redefine retirement, it really changed the way I see retirement. The average lifespan of a Malaysian man is actually 76 years old. In general, the body starts to break down at 65 years old. And there is this tendency for people to work till the age of retirement. They spend their golden years visiting hospitals, laying on the couch at home watching K-dramas, just waiting for time to pass by. Or they will be spending their retirement being babysitter to their grandchildren or ferrying their grandchildren from one class to another, being the official bus driver. And that was how I viewed retirement life to be. I always thought that that is what retirees should do, and that was how I envisioned myself being that when I'm a grandmother. So his message was thought-provoking. I should see retirement as the best part of my entire life. And the worst group of people are the self-employed people like doctors, architects, lawyers, where they don't have this official age of retirement. And they will work until they drop dead in their clinics at 85 years old. And why? Because they've been always living that extravagant lifestyle, buying BMWs after BMWs, getting 3 to 4 wives, having a really large family that they cannot sustain. They need their job to sustain their lifestyle. That's why they work until they drop dead in office. And for those who are working in office, there's this unspoken war, this silent war called the cubicle war, where you will be competing with your cubicle mates just to get that corner office, that director's office. And the moment they get into the director's office, they will be competing among each other so that they get the upstairs office, which is the C-suite office. And once you're part of the C-suite group of people, then you'll be competing among each other so that you can get the chairman position. This rat race never ends. Don't kill yourself working your life and not spending time with your family. Don't spend your time working day in and out just to get that golden watch after 20 years. So many people think that once they reach their retirement age, 66 years old for some countries, they are preparing themselves mentally to die. Some of them get closer to God. They become born-again Christians, or they go into intense meditation, preparing themselves for death that awaits them. There's another way to look at things. Why not make retirement phase the best phase of your entire life? Yusuf Hashim shared that he actually quit at the peak of his career at 53 years old as the MD of Shell. And he tells that it's not difficult to actually achieve that. And he basically breaks down life into 3 phases. You have the first phase of your life, your education phase, then your work phase, and then your retirement phase. And the first 20 years of your life, your education phase, is when you're under the control of your parents and there's really nothing much you can do about it. When you reach the second phase of your life, when you go to the work phase of your life, that's where you have a lot of control on the decisions that you make in your life. You have money to make decisions. You have the freedom to do what you want. So this is the time that you plan out what you want to do for your rest of your life. So the first thing you need to know, you need to have a vision. What do you want at the end of your life, the last phase of your life? Then you work backwards so that you can prepare for your retirement phase. So during your work life phase, build a robust investment portfolio so that you can retire early. Your portfolio is able to generate a passive income flow that is at least 75% of your last drawn salary before you retire. And how to do that is by postponing consumption, by delayed gratification. I see many kids nowadays, the moment they graduate, they will buy their first car, and not a normal car, an expensive car, because they say they want a car that will last them for the next 10 years. I can't believe when I heard that, because I cannot imagine the liability that they incurred upon themselves. It's not even an asset. And they use majority of their salary to pay for this car that will depreciate in the next month. And they struggle in the rat race because they will feel that money is not enough. And they don't have enough funds to build their savings because majority of their income has gone into these liabilities. And they spend money in the initial phase of work life to enjoy the working life. As they say, enjoy your life. And they will drink boba tea after lunch, they will go for coffee sessions and Starbucks, and they spend so much on unnecessary consumption that they don't have enough savings for their retirement phase. So it is important during your work phase to prepare for your retirement phase. Get in touch with a group of like-minded people out of your work group so that when you go into the retirement phase, you have a group of friends that you can spend time doing things that you're passionate about and develop skills that will bring you benefit and advantage when you go into your retirement years, like photography or playing an instrument. In your third phase of your life, you must remember to let go of your job. Many folks make the mistake of making their job their identity. For example, a doctor. They get thank you gifts from their patients after they finish their services. They get the thrill out of being recognized for what they do. But the moment you retire, you lose that identity of being a doctor. If you make that identity of being a doctor as part of your self-being, then the moment you retire, you feel that you lose yourself in that process. You don't know what you are because you no longer have that identity as a doctor. So it's important to develop your own identity out of your job so that when you go into retirement, you really value yourself and people really see you as your real self. There's this joke about this old man who worked till he's 85 and dropped dead in office. And his fortune was given to his dear wife, who was mourning for a short period of time before she married the man's driver. And the driver said, well, you know what? For all this time that I'm working for my boss, the reality is my boss was working for me and I'm enjoying the fortune he's left to me. What an irony. So don't be a fool. Be the CEO, the MD of your life. Have a vision what you want in life, your work life and then your retirement life. Because if you walk around without a vision, you find that life will just pass you by, and by the time you reach your retirement age, you don't have much left to enjoy. Create a passive income, enough for you to sustain your retirement life. Retire early, see the beautiful world, and make friendships that will last you a lifetime. If you like this video, do share with me what you learned and tell me how you have applied it and what you want to do differently from this day onwards. I hope you enjoyed this video and do remember to subscribe and share this video for those who can benefit from it. So remember to make life count. See you in my next video.